What up, Jen? What up, class? How's it going?
Okay, thank you. All right. Do you want to state your name for everyone?
Eugene. Chemistry.
Hey, Annie.
Hey.
Okay, so what's your concentration?
My concentration's biology.
And how reliant do you think the students are on the O'Brien Center?
Well, I think they're pretty reliant, at least some of them, because they were there every time I was there, and I think a lot of them had difficulty getting homework done on their own, and that's why they came there.
On me as a tutor, I feel like not extremely reliant, but with some things more than others, they're pretty reliant. Like helping with grammar they were really reliant on that. But when it came to like their own personal reading, they were like somewhat reliant. Like, oh, what does this word say? What is that? But not entirely reliant, but it's enough.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. How reliant do you think they are on the computers at the O'Brien Center?
Well, almost all of them needed computers to, like, write essays or look something up, and a couple weeks ago is when they got, the 9th and 10th graders got their laptops.
Yeah.
And they always brought them in, and I think they're pretty reliant on them, and they needed them.
Yeah. And you go Thursday nights?
Yeah, Thursday nights.
Okay. Was there a lot of homework science homework in particular, that they needed to do
They're
on the
all on
computers?
some like portal system that I don't really get. So I guess they are pretty reliant on computers, and they always are submitting things through that, and their teachers give them feedback through that also, I guess.
And where are you? Okay, and how important do you think it is to have a computer in Winooski High School?
I think it's really important to have a computer because like some of the girls that come in, they all have like their like papers to type, and like if they don't have a computer at home, it's really challenging. And like I don't know, when I was in high school, I wasn't like planning out to write my papers.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough.
As a tutor at the O'Brien Center.
Me personally, I don't know how reliant. I mean, I showed up every time I was supposed to, and I helped them to the best of my ability. So.
Were there a lot of kids who needed help in Spanish?
Not in Spanish. I mostly helped people like write essays or finish.
How do you feel about Winooski High School? Take your time. No pressure. Just the whole class is watching. And Jen, your professor.
I think a lot of the students had the same teacher, Mr. Clark, and from what I heard about the students, they like hated his guts, and he wasn't very fair or didn't give them a lot of chances. Like they kept telling me their grades in that class, and it seemed like he didn't make a lot of time to like help the students out.
Yeah.
And that's where we came in.
A very good program. None of them can write very well. They all struggle to even get through a paragraph, and I don't really understand how they're gonna be graduating at the end of the year with no knowledge in writing.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a great place for them to go after school because sometimes like at home you get distracted, so it's really good for them to have a place where everyone's doing the homework. So I think they're pretty reliant. I don't know how reliant they are on me personally. I think it was great that UVM has a bunch of kids going out there because that's obviously helpful because it's hard to find people to just offer free time up. Yeah.
And even then, our time wasn't really free.
Yeah.
Much saving the world one classroom at a time.
Absolutely.
Pretty much, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
What did you get out of it?
I learned a lot about how to help people without actually giving them answers, to more motivate them to look for their own answers instead of just straight up
Giving
telling
them.
them what the answer.
And what do you think was the biggest thing culturally for either you or the students to adjust to?
Well, first of all, none of them needed help with Spanish homework because a lot of them were just learning English. I think sometimes it was hard for me to understand them because they didn't know enough words to express themselves. And one of the kids was telling me how they didn't have diapers in Somalia, so when they like babysit it was like completely different to like use a diaper. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's funny.
Try to relate to where the kids were coming from because like you're doing your own stuff at the same time, and then you're trying to help these kids. So it's like trying to relate could be a little challenging sometimes.
Yeah. What was the biggest challenge? Like cultural differences?
Definitely like the language barrier. sometimes both of us had just no clue what each other were saying. And we're just like, and we just like really had to slow down what we were saying and kind of describe some words better than usual.
Yeah, most out of it, out of the whole experience.
I think it really helped me understand like how diverse a classroom can be. Like all of these kids were ELL and I think predominantly Muslim, and it helped me understand that there's going to be a lot of diversity in my classroom and that I can
Okay. Did you have much diversity in your high school?
New Jersey.
like all white people.
Okay.
But
Was there much diversity, or?
There's zero diversity.
So this is your first time working with ELL students?
Definitely, yeah.
What's your favorite part about it?
Getting to know the kids, actually. They're
Yeah?
really funny. Some of them, they're actually easy to work with compared to some of the kids I worked with at like Burlington High School.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the O'Brien Center was how excited the kids got when I got there, and they were just like super pumped every time I walked in, and always had something to share with me about the project that we had just worked on in last week. So that was my favorite part.
But they're a lot of fun, just good-natured kids. Like to work hard. I like that.
I really enjoyed tutoring the kids. I thought they all were really grateful when I helped out, and it like helped me know how to teach one-on-one.
Wow. So you're kind of a pro at this.
Kind of.